This is June 3rd, 2025. This is 211 Short Street, Chapel Hill. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It is in a very good location. It sits on the corner of Church Street and Short Street. This is Church Street right here. There's one house actually that shares a property with it that you can see next house down. They share a parking area, and then right next to that one is the AC Marriott Hotel, which sits on Rosemary Street. So this is a very prime location and has been very popular for us, as well as the house next door, which is actually 208 Church Street. So once again, 211 Short Street. It's called Short Street because it sits on Short Street, which you can hear a car going. Well, actually it went the other way, but just a real quick view. This is actually Short Street right over here. And so then that's Church Street. And since it fronts on Short Street, it is 211 Short. Nice yard here in the front. Nice concrete porch there in the front. They have asked, they've worked with we're between turnovers, and the group that is coming in has bought a few things, like those rocking chairs. So you'll see a few things in the house. Not a lot, but just a couple things that they have bought from the previous tenants. So the parking for this, there's parking for 2 cars right here. This is we call it a designated parking area. So there's a designated parking area right here for this house. And there's a designated parking area right here for it as well. Here's the back of the house. Here's the back of the house. Okay. And then the other side is it's right there. Okay, let's go back around. Once again, showing the parking area. Nice greenery around the house and some shrubs. Once again, here's a parking area right here, one of the 2 parking areas for this house. Okay. So, now I'm going to go in through the front door. Let's get a nice concrete area here in the front that sits right there on Short Street. Front door, going in. Okay, we walk in the front door. The staircase to the upstairs is right in front of us. To the right is the living area. Once again, they've bought a couple items in this room. That's why they are here. Otherwise, it's cleared out. Nice original hardwood floors. 2 windows in here. Once again, this is the living room. Okay, now I'm going to go into the first bedroom. This bedroom has an exterior door that goes onto the front porch and 1 window. You see an X on that wall. I leave that on so when the group moves in for the first time, they can see not to put nail holes in that wall, because there are water lines that lead upstairs in that wall. So you do not want to put it in a nail. That obviously does not have to stay there. It's only so that when they move in, they will hopefully notice that and know not to do that. So here's a nice big closet. So I'm gonna scan around again. In this room has a nice ceiling fan. Okay, and once again, nice hardwood floors. And You can get to the kitchen through this room or through the hallway. We'll go in through here. You'll see tiling above the kitchen sink. You'll see granite counters here. Stainless steel dishwasher. Nice big window there. They wanted the trash can left. Here's a stainless steel oven and a microwave. And a refrigerator. Okay, now the first bathroom is right here, tile floor, granite counters, shower that's tiled, out. And now going into the hallway here. Here's the refrigerator right here. Going into the hallway, back hallway. Turn to the left. There's that exterior door into the back parking area and a washer and dryer. If I turn to the right, they wanted this piece of furniture here left here, but this is a hallway into the living room. If I turn to the left here, there's the second bedroom. So these two bedrooms are on the first floor. There was a fireplace that we tiled. They wanted that dresser left. There's a closet there. Ceiling fan, another window, the nice floors. Okay. So now I'm going to go to the left down this hallway and back into the living room and then up the stairs. Okay, heading up the stairs. There are two bedrooms up here. Carpeted. It's carpeted up here. Bedroom on the right. They tend to like to have their own, even though they're central air. It is warmer up here. It is upstairs, and there's one central unit. So several years ago, someone put in window units, and they tend to lift them. Closet kind of goes back that way. Now, we have a sink in each of these bedrooms because when I show you the bathroom, you'll understand why. But here is a sink. And then each of these bedrooms up here have a cubby area. This cubby area is not heated or cooled. So, once again, I'm going to turn around and do a little tour of this. Now I'm going to go to the right and show you this cute little cubby area to the front. People have done different things with this. Just put a couple chairs in here, make it a study area with a desk. Just kind of I think a real cute little area. Light up there. Windows in the front. I'm going to back on out. Okay, now I'm going to go across the hall here into the second bedroom here. It's very similar to the one we were just in. Here's the sink here and mirror. And then it has a closet, of course. Very similar to the other one. So once again, I'm gonna Do a little panorama. Here's their air conditioner that has been left. And this also has a cubby. Going back to the kitchens, to the sink here in the bedroom. These sinks have worked out very, very well. Now I'm going to back out of the room. And go into the bathroom. Now, we were not allowed to make this bathroom larger. The town would not let us raise the ceiling. We had to work with what was in here. So that is why the sinks are in the bedrooms and the bathroom is like this. So there is a toilet, fan, light, and a tub. But the ceiling, as you can see, it's quite low. So that was what there was room for. So you have a tub here and a toilet and then a sink in each bedroom. And it seems to work out pretty well. Okay, so once again, this is 211 Short Street. It is June 3rd, 2025. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, second bathroom of the 2 being kind of split up here with the 2 sinks in the bedrooms and then the tub and the toilet in the bathroom itself. So 211 Short, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, 27516.